Hello, my name is Andy and I am the village idiot. I'm armed with a car and a GoPro and an unhealthy amount of time on my hands. Welcome to one of Bassetlaw's smallest parishes. In fact, I think it's the second smallest after Horton, which is one you've seen. Now, the interesting thing about this one is that most of what's going to be contained in this video does not actually fall within these parish boundaries. And as we go through the video, I'll explain why it doesn't. But for now, just know this is the parish of Bevercotes. So interestingly, here in Bevercotes, the parish council notice board refers to itself here as Markham Clinton. And that actually makes a bit of sense because Bevercotes only has a population of 28 people. So I imagine for parish council meetings, they merge together with West Markham. And regardless of that, of course, it will get one of these on the board. I have been to Bevercotes. So I've seen a couple of motocross tracks before. There's one in Torworth, which I didn't film in that episode. But this is the one I've been able to get the closest to since I've been doing this. And it actually looks terribly frightening, I must admit. I mean, I'm not in any way, shape or form qualified to ride a motorbike or any kind of vehicle other than a car. But I certainly would not like to be trying to ride something of that ilk along one of those things. I have utmost respect to people that do. Okay, the next thing to see is over to our right over there. That's Farleys Wood, and that's where we're going now. So Farleys Wood is actually quite a big area of woodland, and there's absolutely no way that I'm going to walk all the way through it. It would take me quite a long time. I did find, before I started making this video online, a very nice map which shows Farleys Wood and some of the trails that you can walk through it. And there's some interesting information involved in that, and you'll find that in the picture bit at the end. Now, my next stop is actually outside of Bevercotes Parish. In fact, everything else within this video now is not within the boundaries of Bevercotes Parish. If you can remember the Bothamsaw video, at the very end of that, where I'm sat on the bench overlooking the Meaden Valley, I do say that I haven't covered Lound Hall, because that falls within Bothamsaw, but it's closer to Bevercotes, and that's where I'm going right now. Well, I've quickly learned why Lound Hall is in Bothamsaw and not Bevercotes. It's because this road here is actually not a road, it's actually a bridleway, and to get to it from Bevercotes you'd have to drive down a private road. Now, technically speaking, this is still that road, but it does say on the signs that the bridleway and the route for walking is fine. You just can't drive down here, and it's much closer from Bothamsaw than it is from Bevercotes to walk it, which is why I'm on foot right now. So Lound Hall, thankfully, is not that far away. It's literally just over this little bridge that's currently in shot now, and to the left. So we'll get that in, and then there's something rather nice to finish with, which I'm sure all you historians will love. Do you ever get the feeling that you've wasted your time? I do. Every sign that I've seen so far has said public footpath, including this bit. This drive which leads to Lound Hall is a public footpath. Can't deny that, because there are signs which tell you that right at the end of the drive. But yeah, you can't go any further than the gates. What's the point of it being a public footpath then? It may as well be private. Lound Hall is behind these hedges. There's nothing I can do. I can't take any shots of it because I can't go through the gates. So that's another thing that's going to have to go into today's picture bit, I'm afraid, guys. So never mind though, there is still something else to see here, which means walking back up to where I parked the car just before the entrance to this private/public road. So a couple of years ago, I went to Chernobyl in the Ukraine and went to Pripyat, the village, the town that's been reclaimed by nature ever since the disaster of 1986. And this is so reminiscent of it because Pripyat has been reclaimed by nature now, and so too has the site of the former Bevercotes colliery. I imagine there are a few people out there who remember Bevercotes colliery when it was operational and remember this whole area being very different to how it is now. What amazes me is how many of the plants and weeds and trees have just grown up so quickly in this time in this car park. It's a sorry sight, but I don't know whether or not anything's going to be done with this site or not, but yeah, this is what it looks like now. So Bevercotes colliery is something else that didn't fall within the parish boundaries of Bevercotes. It's split between West Drayton and Bothamsaw, and in both episodes, which have already gone, I figured it would be easier to come here and do this all in one. And seeing as it's called Bevercotes colliery, it belongs really to Bevercotes, and that's why most of this video is not within those parish boundaries. But even so, I think I've done a good job of this one, considering it looked very difficult to do on the map, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. Now today's picture bit is going to be interesting because it's going to involve Lound Hall, and there's going to be plenty of stuff about Bevercotes colliery in this as well. So without further ado, that's coming right now. And that's just about going to do it for the parish of Bevercotes, and with it, that is the southeast of the district completely finished. I still have two major areas in this district to cover. That's the southwest, that's everything to the south of Worksop, the likes of Carburton, Clumber and Hardwick, Norton and Cuckney, for example, and the northeast as well. I still have to cover the likes of Misterton and Beckingham, Bringley on the Hill, places which touch West Lindsey. But that's the southeast finished, and this has been the parish of Bevercotes. And tune in next Thursday to see where I've chosen to go next in this fantastic district of northern Nottinghamshire. But until then, I've been the Village Idiot, I've been Andy, this has been the parish of Bevercotes, and I'm out.